Good evening, everybody, and welcome to the Newton Board of Selectmen meeting dated December 16th, 2025. It is 6 o'clock. If we could please start the meeting with the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you, everybody. Any citizens' input?
I don't have any.
I don't see anybody up there, and nobody here's in a hurry to get up there, so we will move forward with administration. And our police chief will come up and talk to us about some department promotions, please.
I want to thank the board for having me here tonight. What I wanted to discuss is the promotional process that we had. As I told you before, we had a promotional process for the lieutenant's position that's been open, and then a corporal's position also. And we had an extensive process where they were put to a written exam, then an oral board made up of some area chiefs, and then the chief's interview. So they had to pass every phase, and I'm happy to say that all of them did great. So I have a list of promotions here that I want to ask you guys to approve. So we have Sergeant Mahoney, that's going to be promoted to lieutenant. Sergeant Mahoney's been here for a long time, over 10 years, done a great job. As a sergeant, he took on a lot, and he's been kind of my right hand through the whole thing, through the whole process, and he's earned it. Officer Adonisio, promoted to corporal, and that's, our lowest supervisor right now. We have two sergeant spots that we haven't filled. We have a young department, so this is kind of the first level of supervision here, and I think he's going to do a great job. He's done a great job for us the whole time he's been here. And what I also want to ask is to promote Officer King to patrolman first class. Now, this isn't a supervisor role, but it is a leadership role, and we had this rank here for years under Chief Streeter, and I think we need to bring it back. Again, it's a leadership role, and he's been here almost 3 years and has done a great job, and I think he deserves it. So I'm asking the board to approve those three.
Need a motion to
Yep.
that? Okay, so with that all says, I make a motion to allow the police chief to move ahead with the promotions of Sergeant Mounsey to lieutenant, Officer Donzio to corporal, and Officer King to patrolman first class. Is there an effective date on this, Chief?
I would like it to be as soon as possible. Maybe this next pay period.
When's the next pay period?
Payday is January 6th.
So
Right now.
we should make that effective.
I just
January.
lied.
Next
Hold
was-
on.
This is the end of the first week. So, 2 weeks.
So we're getting into January 1st.
Okay,
Effective
so,
January 1.
Okay,
Okay, yeah, that's.
thank you.
Is that good with you?
Yeah, that's good.
So it'll be for like the first January the first 2026 pay period.
Okay, thank you.
So motion by Joe, seconded by Dan. All in favor? Aye.
All right, thank you. Appreciate it.
Chief.
Before you walk away, it just dawned on me. When did we hire you?
In October of '24.
Paula, we should schedule his evaluation.
Okay.
It's been a year, over a year. Sorry about that.
No problem. I also,
We had it worded that we were supposed to do it after a year.
correct.
Like 90% sure.
I know everybody's been busy, so,
Okay.
yeah. I also have some year-end stats. I don't know if you you guys want me to get into that now? Yeah, just, I calculated it. With the new system, it's been tough to run the numbers. But calls for service, we're at 13,735 for the year, which is up significantly. For arrests this year, we have 91, and that's more than double from last year. And I think that's attributed to a bunch of things, but more importantly, I think it's because we're here 24/7 now. We're staffed a lot better than we were last year. We had 140 incidents, which is up, and 41 motor vehicle accidents, which is also up. Not a great thing. And that's about it for stats. I think everybody's doing a great job.
What's the low level considered an incident and the high level considered an incident?
So the
Skip those two. And I
Yeah,
can
the
fill
incidents can go from anything from any kind of report that we have to follow up on as far as investigation and stuff like that. Usually, the investigations that lead to arrest, we categorize that in the arrest. So most of the time, there's incidents that after investigation lead to an arrest, and we don't really count those. We just count them in the arrests. But the calls for service are just everything from vacation watches, directed patrols, domestics, a lot of domestics that don't involve arrests, neighbor disputes, which are they're up a lot this year. I don't know why, but
Are they linked to any geographical area?
yeah. And I mean, directed patrols, building checks, just everything, And to break every category down, it would take forever.
Okay.
But I think we're heading in the right direction.
All right. Appreciate it, Chief.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Rob. The TA will now talk about the ambulance billing information.
Yeah, so once I talk, then the chief can fill in anything I miss. There is a new federal law that the government put through called SB 245, and it's regarding non-in-network ambulances. And so right now, what happens with those is that Medicare and some insurance companies don't pay, they'll charge higher to the patients. So Newton is not considered an in-network right now. So what we would need to do is, this is a contract. It's nothing that we have to give money for, but it's like a form of a contract that we would have to sign. And so I'm requesting to get permission to sign this contract so that Newton can become a in-network provider for ambulances. And with that, if that goes through, then we would get more money from Medicare and some of the insurance companies for the ambulance rides.
When would that be effective? Immediately?
I would think January sometime. It's not like a set, time, but.
Okay, so I guess a motion is in order then so I'd like to make a motion to allow our TA Mahoney to sign whatever the
It's the
contract
SB 245 contract, I'm gonna call it.
to put us in network,
So.
put us in compliance.
Did I explain that properly? Okay. Yeah. Yep.
Second.
Motion by Joe, seconded by Dan, all in favor? Aye. And that would be unanimous. And that's just money coming from the insurance companies, not the person, the people
Correct.
themselves, yeah.
Yep.
All right, next, Conservation-Conveyance, Foye property. Tricia, if you would, please.
So this is quick. So December 14th, 2009, The Conservation Commission, which I was on at the time, still am, worked with James Foye on 12.3 acres, and we established a conservation easement allowing him to use the property for 15 years, forest it, tree management, whatever he wanted to do. And an additional parcel of 8.3 acres, we worked an arrangement on December 22nd, 2008. And the deal was for 15 years, Mr. Foye could use this property, and then it would be completely deeded over to conservation at no charge, and it would become our conservation land. So I was lucky enough to sign the deeds back in 2008 and 2009 because I was a selectman. So that's kind of cool that we were able to pull up this stuff and work with the attorneys. Donahue Tucker were the ones that did it back then. So they have now I reached out to them. We've got all the documents ready. Paula will have to sign some tax documents showing that it's no tax impact to us. But the attorneys need a motion from the selectmen to transfer this, to do a conveyance to the town of Newton through its Conservation Commission. And I did jot down what the attorney said, and we discussed it at our conservation meeting last night, and Selectman Joe has it.
So with that said, I'd like to make the following motion. A motion for the selectmen to approve a conveyance of fee simple interest from James Foye to the town of Newton, acting through its Conservation Commission pursuant to New Hampshire RSA 38-A:4 regarding tax map 6, block 8, lot 6.
Second.
Motion by Joe, seconded by Dan. All in favor? Aye. That would be unanimous.
Trish, I'd like to thank you for your diligence in pursuing this and everything, because it just adds to the stewardship of land in Newton, which is great.
Thank you. It was my pleasure to kind of still be involved. Can I just say, did your motion say RSA 38, or did you say 36?
36.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure. Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Trish.
Anything else while you're up there?
I'm just wondering, once Donahue Tucker gets this, they're gonna send some information to you, and maybe if you aren't here and it has to be signed, somebody else here can sign it, you can authorize somebody else to sign it? Okay, thanks.
And I'll have email access.
Oh, okay.
Thanks, Trish.
You're welcome.
Next, we're gonna move on to town budget update. Transfers internal.
So it's just the end of the year. We have to transfer money out of the general fund for all the warrant articles that passed in March. So one of them is the that's the wrong one, hold on. The Town Building Capital Reserve Fund for Article 12 for $50,000. The Police Cruiser Equipment Capital Reserve Fund from the general fund to that fund for $25,000. $50,000 from the general fund to Fire Apparatus and Equipment Capital Reserve Fund, and $50,000 from the general fund to the Highway Vehicle and Equipment Capital Reserve Fund, and $25,000 from the general fund to the Town Cisterns and Fire Ponds Reserve Fund.
Yep.
So those are the warrant article ones, and then
Why don't we take?
you want to do those first?
Just make the motions, do it, Bob, okay.
Yeah, go for it, Joe.
So I authorize the treasurer to issue payments in the amount of $50,000 from the general fund to the town building capital reserve fund ending in 1762.
Second.
Which is Article 12.
Motion by Joe, seconded by Dan. All in favor? Aye.
I authorize the treasurer to issue payment in the amount of $25,000 from the general fund to the police cruiser and equipment capital reserve fund ending in 2295, which was Article 13 of last year.
Second.
Motion by Joe, seconded by Dan. All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
I authorize the treasurer to issue payment in the amount of $50,000 from the general fund to the fire apparatus and equipment refurbishment capital reserve fund ending in 6236, which was Article 14 of last year.
Second.
Motion by Joe, seconded by Dan, all in favor? Aye.
I authorize the treasurer to issue payment in the amount of $50,000 from the general fund to the highway vehicle and equipment capital reserve ending in 6236, which was Article 15 of last year.
Second.
Motion by Joe, seconded by Dan, all in favor? Aye.
I authorize the treasurer to issue payment in the amount of $25,000 from the general fund to the town cistern and fire pond capital reserve fund ending in 4508, which was Article 19.
Second.
Can you amend your authorization for the highway vehicle and equipment? It's account ending 4064. That was a typo.
4066.
66, sorry.
Okay, and that's which one, the highway vehicle?
Yeah, Article 15.
Yes, okay, so I'd like to make the amendment that it's ending in, what number again, please?
4066.
4066, so it'll be ended in number 4666.
Dan, you fine with that?
Yeah, it's
Okay. Amendment stands. All in favor? Aye. That's good. Go ahead, Joe, the last one.
We did that one.
Did that one. So
last
All right, so motion by Joe, seconded by Dan, all in favor? Aye. So that one's all set.
So the other transfers are, this isn't right. No, these are my things. This one's not the right amount.
Is it in here? Is
No, these are the ones I'm doing.
Oh,
The
okay.
budget. You know, I had to this,
Oh,
the
oh,
numbers.
Brenda doesn't get the sheet then.
It's on my desk.
Okay, all right.
There's one error, so I'm gonna skip that one, but, we have to request the trustee of the trust funds to issue payment to the general fund for $6,250 for the last bill for the reval.
So I authorize the trustees of the trust fund to issue payment from the revolving account in the amount of $6,250 to be deposited into the general fund.
second.
Motion by Joe, seconded by Dan, all in favor? Aye.
Then we did this a few weeks ago, but the remaining of payroll. So authorize the treasurer to transfer out of the police detail account ending in 4848 in the amount of $19,769.67 to put back into the general fund to cover for the payroll for details.
Yeah.
I authorize the treasurer to transfer funds out of the police detail account ending in 4848 in the amount of $19,769.67 and deposit into the general fund.
Second.
Motion by Joe, seconded by Dan, all in favor? Aye.
The next one, you're gonna be changing the amount when I read it.
Yeah.
Is the same reason as the police detail. It's for the inspections to clear out the remaining of the last few payrolls since the last transfer. So transfer out of the inspection account ending 3530 in the amount of $8,330.20 and into the general fund.
What was that figure again?
$8,330.20.
So I authorize the treasurer to transfer funds out of the inspection account ending in 3530 in the amount of $8,330.20 and to deposit into the general fund.
Second.
Motion by Joe, seconded by Dan, all in favor? Aye.
And then the fire and rescue ambulance account to transfer $193,498.37 and put it to the general fund to offset payroll.
I authorize the treasurer to transfer
It was a warrant
funds from
article.
the fire and rescue ambulance account ended in 4396 in the amount of $193,498.37 and deposit into the general fund.
Second.
Motion by Joe, seconded by Dan, all in favor, aye.
Aye.
And the last one is to have the treasurer issue a payment in the amount of $24,240.63 from the transfer station account ending 4820 into the general fund for the hazardous waste.
Hazardous waste day, right?
So I authorize the treasurer to issue payment in the amount of $24,240.63 from the transfer station ending in 4820 and deposit into the general fund.
Second.
Motion by Joe, seconded by Dan, all in favor, aye. All right, all those were unanimous.
Covers all of them.
Very good. Okay, so now we're gonna get to employee PTO transfer. So the fire chief is looking to carry over 22 hours of PTO to be used in 2026?
Yes, sir.
You can smile about it, it's all right.
Long day, boss.
Yeah, I know, you guys have been busy.
I move to allow Chief Alpadino to carry over 22 hours of PTO to be used in 2026.
Second.
Motion by Joe, seconded by Dan, all in favor? Aye. Approved. Resignation, let me say that properly. Supervisor of the checklist. Unfortunately, Colette Ferrandandi must resign for personal reasons. We wish her the best. She's always been there, always helpful. We're gonna miss her, but her family needs her, so we totally understand it, and we hope her and wish her well with her endeavors taking care of her family. She's got few sick people on her hands she's trying to help out.
I move to accept the resignation of Supervisor of the checklist Colette Fernandi with thanks and gratitude.
Second.
Motion by Joe, seconded by Dan, all in favor? Aye. All right, and now, we'll do the recreation appointments. We have a couple people that were put on the rec. And you better not mess up Dan's daughter's name.
No, okay. Yes, last night we appointed two people to the rec commission, Rob Kozlowski and Alex Dye. So with that said, I move to approve the appointment of Robert that last name. Kozlowski to the Recreation Commission as a member with a term to expire in March of 2029.
Second.
Motion by Joe, seconded by Dan, all in favor? Aye.
And additionally, I move to approve the appointment of Alexander Guy to the Recreation Commission as a member with a term to expire in March of 2029.
Second.
Motion by Joe, seconded by Dan, all in favor? Aye. Congratulations, and thank you for both of them for stepping up and helping out with our recreation department. We appreciate it.
And I'd just like to add to that, if they could hopefully tomorrow go down and see Robin to sign off on the paperwork, that would be great.
Yep. And you'll be all ready for them tomorrow, right?
Yeah, as soon as you guys sign the appointments. And they should see MJ, because she'll have the sheet.
Do you have the paperwork process?
I do, yeah.
Very good. Next, food pantry donations. We've had quite a few people step up. It's an important time of the year. A lot of people are struggling to make ends meet. And we would like to recognize a few people for their donations. We had Leah and Lawrence Zurich donated $100. Madeline and Zach Kozak, $100. Delos and Lynn Doucette, $50. And $500 from Ralph Estabrooks, and $4,000 from North Shore Bank. And we are very grateful to everybody for making those donations.
So I move to accept and expend unanticipated funds from the food pantry in the amount of, in the total of $4,800 from the Kozaks, Zalors, DeLeos, Ms. Doucette, Mr. Estabrook, and the North Shore Bank pursuant to RSA 39:95-B.
Second.
Motion by Joe, seconded by Dan, all in favor? Aye. Very good. Authorization to close the account for New Hampshire grant distribution. Do you want to talk about that? Or do you just want me to say that it's an account that,
It was an account that the treasurer still had open, that there was only $3.77 in it, and nothing had been done with it in
For a
all of
couple of years now,
2025
yeah.
and prior, a few years prior. So it's just time to close it.
Yeah.
And that money will go into the general fund.
Yep.
So I move to authorize the treasurer to close a New Hampshire grant disbursement account and take the remaining funds and deposit into the general fund.
Second.
motion by Joe, seconded by Dan, all in favor? Aye.
Aye.
There we go. Consent agenda.
I move to approve the consent agenda as written.
Second.
Motion by Joe, seconded by Dan, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Action items, new and old business, town hall holiday lunch, Wednesday, that's tomorrow, so they'll be closed from 12 PM to 1:30 PM. Town hall will be closing at 12 PM on Christmas Eve, and the same thing for New Year's.
New Year's Eve.
New Year's Eve, and also, we shouldn't have to say this, but the transfer station will be closed on both those holidays,
Along with town hall.
along with Town Hall,
Yeah.
all right? Is there anything else that we needed to?
If anybody else has any.
Anything else? Nope. I will say that Toys for Tots was very successful. We had a lot of donations. We had quite a few people show up for it. A lot of kids got a nice pony ride out there and made some wonderful cookies and presented them to Santa Claus. And he didn't quite eat them all because I don't think he could have eaten that many, but whatever. Mike?
What?
Why,
After.
Oh, I thought it was gonna give the monthly report.
Oh, you can.
yeah, if you need to, but typically you do it on the first and then he does it on the second.
I'm going to. I'm waiting.
Oh, yeah,
I will. Yes. It's not on the agenda.
I thought you meant for the after thing.
It's not on the agenda, but I'll talk. Are you gonna talk about your thing or what?
Go ahead,
Come on,
Chief, step
Chief.
up.
You're here,
Do it.
we're here, you're here.
Thousands are out in the audience.
It's an ongoing project.
Figured if anybody had any questions. I'm just gonna go, quickly. November's typical, a slow month, and so it was. There was a total of 37 incidents, not counting plan review, life safety, walkthroughs, all the small stuff. We'll just touch on the highlights. On November 5th, Plastoway assisted Newton with CPR in progress on Kenwood Drive. On the 6th, Kingston Fire assisted Newton Engine 2 with a fire alarm on Jacobs Way. On the 8th, Plastow Fire assisted Newton with a fire alarm on Stonewell. On the 11th, Plastow ALS and Kingston Fire assisted with a rollover on New Boston Road. On the 13th, Plastow ALS assisted Newton with a medical on Lilac. On the 18th, Plastow ALS and Plastow Engine assisted Newton with the auto versus train on West Main. On the 19th, Tank 4 was requested by the town of Atkinson for mutual aid. On the 19th, Plastow Engine 8 assisted A1's crew with the medical on Zoe Lane. On the 22nd, Plastow ALS assisted Newton with a medical on North Main. On the 26th, Kingston assisted Engine 2 with a fire alarm on Whittier. And on the 27th, Kingston assisted Newton with a CO on Thornell Road. On the other side, Lieutenant Prasad has completed his national recognized Pro Board Fire Officer 1, his hazmat, and his incident safety officer training. Lieutenant Wiles has completed and has been qualified and is now a New Hampshire Fire Academy state instructor. Firefighter paramedic Nick Putnam also completed his national Pro Board Fire Officer 1 training. We have Lieutenant Merrill, Firefighter Haley Satar, and Lieutenant Casey, all completing their Pro Board Fire Officer 1 training. And the new hire, he's now firefighter, he was probationary, firefighter, I keep on forgetting, Tucker Carlisle, and was EMT, now firefighter, Brian Parker, both completed the Fire Academy Firefighter 1, and by January, they should be both Pro Board certified firefighter 1 and 2. So they are certified firefighters now.
Excellent.
Well, congratulations to everybody. Very good.
I changed my mind.
Step right up.
This is very important. So everyone in TV land, all you parents, I'm going to whisper. I heard from an elf that Santa Claus is going to be in Newton on Sunday with the police and the fire department. So if you've been naughty or nice, you better watch out that window and wave, listen to the sirens Sunday afternoon and Sunday night. Watch out.
Chief, could you do me a favor? I would like you to come back up to the mic real quick. There seems to be, in this town, you.
He was hoping you were going to ask Bob.
No, there's a lot of people, when I try talking to some of the residents and I bring up about, what's going on, whether it's the fire department or the police department, and everybody screams, well, mutual aid, thinking that just all these other towns are just going to automatically come in and rescue us all the time. Could you explain how mutual aid works?
It is, and the deputy can correct me, because he's been in New Hampshire longer than I have. It's a mutual aid, a verbal and written agreement between communities to assist each other if they have the equipment and personnel to assist. The difference between mutual aid and auto aid, we have a lot of auto aid. And the reason we have a lot of auto aid is because NFPA that everybody goes by says that for fire scenes, there should be 3 to 4 personnel on that call. We are only staffed with 2. So we bring in, that's why you'll hear Kingston engine or Plastow engine. We're bringing the extra personnel from another community, because we do not have that community. That is auto aid. We have the agreement. We go to them, they come to us. Mutual aid is more for larger calls. There are different run cards that are broken down for each community. The biggest thing that is a confusion, and we have a community nearby that they call it mutual aid with another community that responds to every single one of their calls. That is not considered mutual aid. There is no department in my career, and I'm sure the board will back me on it, that will have Newton subsidize another community to go to their every single one of the calls. So when I stand up here and I say Plastow ALS, we have a mutual aid agreement with Plastow ALS. If Newton does not have paramedics, they supply the paramedics for us. Newton can still bill the insurance company for an ALS transport, even though we do not have the paramedics. They can. The main, like I said, we do it a lot. Newton goes a lot for auto aid to other communities. Many years ago, Newton, we were the black sheep. That's why you see the stickers. Nobody called Newton.
So mutual aid, per se, as you said, is when the towns work together. And again, not when a town expects all the other towns to perform those services for it. Because when that happens, then the other towns will want to get paid
Correct.
for performing those services. That's the part that I want the citizens to realize, that either we pay for our own fire department to be able to man it and be on hand, or we will end up paying for another town to do it, which would probably end up costing us even more money than if we just paid for our own department to be on hand.
Correct. Staff in the station, just quick, Paula, we met with the new EMS billing company. Deputy Cook, Lieutenant Wilders, and myself are working with the state. We're changing over the software. Just quickly, last year, having the station covered, I believe it was 16 to 18 minutes response time. Since the town went 24 and when the station's covered, our average response time is 6-point-something minutes. I've said this from day one. Covering the station is an insurance policy. Nobody likes to pay insurance, but you're very happy when you need them. And I agree with you. There is a difference between auto aid and mutual aid. And I don't know too many fire chiefs in my career that would love to go 3,000 to 4,000 runs a year to another community to subsidize their half. I'm used to in Massachusetts, the call department to the career department, and the career department, to help offset their budget, they would call the call department.
Right.
Chief, these response times, do they have any impact on insurance rates for residents?
There's a lot of things that have impact on insurance rates.
Is that one of them, though? Is that taken
That's one
into
of them.
consideration?
The town was just, the town with the fire department, just ISO, the Insurance Safety Office, we just had an audit done. Our rate went down because the station staff, the newer apparatus, the requirement for training, and a bunch of other things added on to it.
Is there any percentage to go along with that rate, or?
I honestly don't remember what it was, Joe. Honestly and truly, I do. The highest is 1, which is the best. The lowest is 10, and I think we're up in the 6s, give or take. And we used to be, I believe, in the 8s. So staffing, a lot of things have changed in the past 10 years to get that rating to where it is now.
Yeah, and this is all, I'm trying to get the information out there because the budget and everything that we're putting out there, along with the fact that we're no longer paying for the ambulance service like we did. So hopefully people can take that into consideration when this budget is proposed to them about being able to do all of this.
I can tell you, I'm biased. I'm the chief. I can tell you, and I've said this once before, our last 2 structure fires were knocked down with the first engine because it was 2 firefighters on that truck. They knocked that fire down before mutual aid even showed up. I don't even know how many saves of people having strokes or heart attacks that the medics and the EMTs have come across and have saved. I can't even tell you, 'cause somebody walks into the fire station having a heart attack, it's no difference than we go into somebody's house having a heart attack. A save is a save. And unfortunately, we don't post a lot of things on social media on saves. I mean, I just did CPR, and I haven't done CPR on an individual in a couple of years, and we just did it last month.
Yeah. And I don't believe you were here, but I mentioned one of the other, if it wasn't the last meeting, the meeting before, about all these drought conditions that we've been having the past few years, that those are serious situations to where you've been up here and you've talked about it, and it's taken days to get those fires out. And if we were to have one happen here in the woods where we couldn't access it or get to it in time, it would spread through Newton and ravish the town.
Like I said, I'm biased with having the station covered. I've lived, I've seen it. I changed my old department to be staffed when my mom was at the senior center, and we had to wait for the private ambulance to get there. We changed the station to be covered because of it. So I've lived it, having the station covered to having the station not covered. So I'll always fight for it to be covered.
You know, hopefully some people out there are listening and they'll get the message out. Thank you, Chief. Anything else?
Yeah, since the transfer station is under new management, I'm gonna propose that we give them back the case loader, the backhoe, for the time being.
Yep.
Do you guys have any issues with that, or?
Nope, I was gonna talk to you guys about that because Todd had brought that up because it would be a lot better for what they need, that Kubota that they have.
I believe if the road agent wants to talk about it, that he's gonna go through it before he gives it to him. And I'm not sure, but do you have a maintenance thing for that?
Do I have a maintenance
Yeah.
thing for him? Good evening, Board. Mike Pavero, road agent. So we'll recap just a second on how we got here. So that piece of equipment, it's a 590 case backhoe. It was originally purchased for the transfer station. I don't know how many years ago, 4, 5, 6. The Board of Selectmen, back a number of years ago, took it away from the transfer station because they did $8,000 in damage to the tractor. It's been repaired. It's been held over at the highway garage. Ronnie uses it occasionally, not much. We're doing some maintenance to it now, minor maintenance. The throttle cable's sticking. We're gonna put a new throttle cable in it. Batteries are tired, put new batteries in it. We're gonna give it to them in the best condition. It's a good tractor. It's in decent shape.
Yep.
We'll give it back to them as in good a condition as we can give it to them. I think the only caveat to this thing is just keep your eye on it.
Yeah, I did talk with Todd, and he's gonna set up a maintenance schedule for it to make sure that it gets taken care of, greased, cleaned, and
Oil
fluids
changes, all that
changed,
stuff,
and all
yeah.
that stuff, yeah.
Yeah, it belongs to the town, but it was purchased from the
Right.
transfer station.
Yep.
So they can get it back, because Todd's asked me twice. He was looking for a Bobcat at one time, and then he was looking for a pickup truck last week.
Yeah.
I think he'll come to find out, that has a pusher on it that's down the yard for snow. It should suffice everything that transfer station needs, that one backhoe. Because they got the little Kubota, which is tired. Kubota's pretty much out of life. You can,
Yeah.
I mean, at some point in time, how much money do you want to throw into bandaging that thing together? It looks like a road warrior vehicle with the plates welded to it.
My question is, who's gonna be authorized to use that vehicle? Is it just gonna be Todd?
Oh, that would be you
Because
gentlemen.
I wouldn't wanna see anyone operating that vehicle that doesn't have hands-on knowledge.
They all were supposed to be getting qualified on that, the last that I had talked with them. Before the last manager left, I had instructed him to make sure that they all got qualified on how to operate that. And I believe Steve has been qualified to be able to run one, but again, Todd, the new manager that we hired, he is very well knowledgeable about all of that stuff, having been a heavy equipment operator himself at one point. So he's gonna take care of
My
that.
main focus is I don't wanna see what happened to that piece of equipment.
I already told Todd what had happened to it and why it isn't there, and he said that he will make sure that that does not happen again.
And that's the most important part.
Yep,
Safety and making sure it doesn't get beat up.
yep,
Because I use this phrase a lot. I'm going to use it again right now. We're going to transfer it over to the transfer station. Not my monkey, not my circus.
yep. Just for giggles, Mike, those tires, are they hard?
Calcium filled.
Okay,
Yeah. Foam filled, really, I
Yeah.
think. We used the calcium film, but they were too heavy. They're foam filled.
yeah,
Yeah, which is good because, again, level of operator ability, you go into the metal pile to push it up,
yeah,
you know.
That's-
Just gotta pay attention to what you're doing.
yeah, exactly.
So I'll try to make this happen within the next week. I'll let Robin know so she can disseminate that to you guys, and you guys know it's in their control,
Yep.
all right?
Yeah, I always stop in and talk with our
Say again?
manager down there frequently. I stop down there and have conversations with Todd frequently,
Okay, yes,
so,
all right, good. Thank you, guys.
yep. Anything else?
No.
Good? You ladies fine with everything?
Yes.
With that said, I'd like to motion to move into non-public under RSA-91-A:3A compensation and B hiring.
Second.
Motion by Joe, seconded by Dan, all in favor, aye. That closes the public portion of our meeting. Thank you, everybody.